Or we are live. So we
Okay.
have Malcolm Brady on the show today, fellas. This brother just left the Philippines, and we're going to ask him a few questions about his trip, how he enjoyed it, around how much money, what his budget was, and how they, view and treat African American men in the Philippines. So, how's everything going with you today, brother?
Pretty good, man. I can't complain. I'm still alive, so that's all that matters.
All right, what's going on, Big D? Yeah, we are in the building. Let me Okay, hold on. Let me got you. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sorry, we're a little late, fellas. We having a little technical difficulties earlier, but we are here.
Okay.
So first
Um,
question, Malcolm. How long have you been traveling to the Philippines?
excuse me, say again.
How long have you been traveling to the Philippines?
Uh, since 2017,
Okay,
I took my first trip down there. I've been going back and forth ever since.
okay. And what made you first decide to go to the Philippines over other countries? Like, what made you say, "Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to the Philippines because it's a real long flight and it can be a little expensive to get out there."
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. I looked at cost wise.
Hmm.
Um, different. When I travel, I look for certain opportunities. As far as guys from U.S. or other foreign countries that just go to travel for your own personal reasons. But as far as I go, I like to see how far I can go with my dollar.
Hmm.
You know, and that's one of the main reasons why I travel. I know guys that say they like to travel for women and all that, but me personally, that women is like it's like a bonus to me. So my first time I going there, I really found a lot that I could um what's the word I want to use? I could be able to capitalize off of, like as far as owning property there. You can own condos. Um, I believe you can own apartments as a foreigner, and you could even put it. I believe the only thing downside is you have to have it in a local's name,
Hmm.
just like you would in most other countries. So that's why I went there first. I saw opportunity.
Okay. And you said as far as the living expenses, what's like the average living expenses? If I was to go to the Philippines and want to buy a condo, like around how much money would I have to take out there with me?
Gee, I guess it really depends on your lifestyle,
Hmm.
but at the same time, um, I know folks over there paying around $200, and that covers pretty much almost everything, on a month to month basis, you know. And
Okay.
like I say, it's different strokes for different folks. So you can definitely find something if you look hard enough and do the research and homework, man. It's possible.
Okay. And like, is there a down season or a high season for travel? Like, what's the average? I'm trying to figure out like the average ticket price, what you would pay coming from the states. Because you in what state are
Yeah.
you in?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
both got on the East Coast a little bit. I'm in Atlanta.
right.
Right around how much money would it cost for me to fly out there to the Manila, Philippines?
Um, well, for me, I usually fly from New York,
Hmm.
um, and unfortunately, the last two times I waited too a little too long because sometimes we think prices gonna go down, and we all know that prices fluctuate,
Right.
over the months leading up to your travel dates. So I would I would say I paid close to the most I paid was close to 1,000,
Okay.
and you know that was just simply on account of me just waiting too long. But you could definitely find some good deals depending on where you live or where you're flying out of.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's not too bad.
yeah, like the other day last week, I found ticket prices for a one way. I don't want to say one way, but a direct flight from JFK, New York, on Philippine Airlines was like around $500.
Oh, that's not
Can't
bad.
beat that. Uh,
But you said that's a one way though, right?
round trip, round
Oh,
trip.
round trip. That's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
Oh hell yeah. Yep.
Okay. And how long is the flight?
Believe the most might be 15, 16 hours. And then
Okay.
coming when I was coming back, actually, it was about 13 hours. So it's not too bad. To me, it's not.
Mm.
It all depends on your tolerance level, I guess.
Okay. And does the average flight? Do you usually get like a layover on the way there, or they got like direct flights straight there, all 13 hours?
Excuse me. um, the only direct flight I know is Philippine Airlines,
Hmm.
but you can buy other airlines which will most likely have a layover.
Okay. And like,
Um,
you lay over in China or something like that, or Laos, or
yeah,
okay. See, because me, like, if it's a flight over, like, say if I'm going to Brazil, I would prefer to stop off in Bogota for a couple of hours, then go out there.
exactly. Right,
Get out the plane, stretch your legs a little bit, get something to
right.
eat. See, even when I go to Brazil, sometimes what I do is if it's a layover more than 3 hours, I will pay a taxi
Mhm.
driver just to take me around town for an hour or two.
Right, right.
And then that way you can say, hey, at least I've been to Lima, Peru. At least I've been to Colombia.
Yeah,
A little
exactly.
vibe. Sometimes they might have flights where you gotta be there for like maybe even 12, 14 hours. In that case, I just get a hotel room. But most of the time when I do that, it might be in the States. Like if you fly back out of I think the DR on certain flights and definitely in Brazil, you might come back through Miami and there might be like a 12-hour layover, but it's Miami. So I get there, I get like a little hotel room. I go to the casino,
Mm-hmm.
I go to South Beach, and it's part of my vacation. Is that kind of
Mm-hmm.
how you do it, or you just kind of chill in the airport, then you just go on, get on out there?
Yeah, man. Actually, last time I had a layover, uh, last month in January, I had a layover for about 9 hours in Taipei, Taiwan, and I didn't hang around the airport too much. I just went outside for about the whole 9 hours. They actually have an opportunity to do a like a city tour. They have a day tour and then they had like a night tour, and I couldn't do it because it was booked. So I'm like, whatever. I just left the airport for a few hours, and you know, I came back when it was time to bounce. So it's not bad. Matter of fact, last time around that time I was leaving from my layover, I had a friend coming in from Long Island, New York, to
Hmm.
see his girl in the Philippines, but he was stuck in Taiwan due to that virus or the this volcano that erupted there, and they closed down the airport for a day. So he got compensated with a free hotel stay and I guess some food for that day until the following day. So you
And
really have to.
this is in the Philippines,
Yes, yes.
so they got live volcanoes in some of these islands.
Oh yeah. Um,
Okay.
is speaking of natural disasters, the last time I went back in April of last year, Um, I was actually in a real earthquake, man. It like really shook everything, and it shook me up a little bit because I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, luckily for me, I wasn't out at a store or something where I could potentially get hurt. You
Hmm.
know, and just like that volcano, um, pretty much shutting everything down during that time, and that's these are things you have to think about when you do travel because there are natural disasters that do occur.
So you was in the Philippines and they had an earthquake.
Yes, yeah,
Whoa, whoa.
yeah, like
Man, was you was like was you with your some friends, your lady or anything, or you was kind of like on just some tourist
yeah.
stuff that happened?
I was with my lady, man. It really shook us up because it was a 6.1 magnitude, so
Hmm.
it was pretty deep. It actually destroyed part of airport there.
Damn.
A lot of property was destroyed, so I'm just lucky to be able to make it out alive and live to tell about it.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a very scary thing. It's one thing to go through an earthquake in your own country, but to be in another
Oh yeah,
country and then have an earthquake, that's a lot. But for the most part, everybody speaks English out there for the most part, right?
oh yeah. There's you do have a few that don't really speak English, but they do try, make that effort, just like we do to speak someone else's language. But they don't all speak the same language. Sometimes you have many dialects there. There's different ones like Cebuano, Waray. Um, the main one is Tagalog, which is uh, what some people here in the U.S. might call Filipino, but it's really called Tagalog. And yeah, there's many dialects there, so don't be surprised if you out with your girl and she can't understand everyone either. Especially going to Cebu, a different island. If you island hopping, that might you might run into a little bit of a difficulty, but for the most part, most people do speak English there.
Okay. And as far as you said island hopping, how do you usually get around the island? Because I'm sure it's not an Uber out there or nothing like that, right?
Um, no, they don't have Ubers. They used to, but now the main one of the transportations they have is similar to Uber, which is called a Grab. And at one point it was cheaper, and now the prices are starting to fluctuate. Up more and more. So um, what I do is just take a personal van to most places. But as far as island hopping, they do have like boats and ferries. Kind of almost like a cruise line. Just smaller, but it's really nice. But if you ever get that opportunity, I say do it. Especially if you're island hopping. If you want to take a plane to another island, you most certainly can do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now in the city of Manila, because you say you go to Manila and then you go to Angeles City,
yeah.
and how far is that? Is that like touristy? That where a lot of people go, or they pretty much stayed in Manila?
Well, there's certain places in just about every city where there's like touristy spots, just like you have when you go to DR. What spots
Right.
are like the foreigner hangouts. So
Hmm.
you definitely know like Manila, you have Makati, which is you'll probably see more foreigners. Um, and then in Angeles, you have Walking Street, or which is called Fields Avenue, which is nothing but bars and clubs
Hmm.
and different restaurants. But yeah, there's definitely tourist spots.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And how far is when you fly to Manila? How far is Angeles City from Manila?
Uh, Geez. I want to say it's about a little over an hour away. It's not too far.
Okay. And when you travel, like, well, I know in most like major cities they used to seeing different, races of people, but like, what's the general kind of like the general perception of being a black man in the Philippines from your standpoint, from what you see? Is it cool? Is it laid back? You get a few stares because you're in Asia. Like, what was it
Uh,
like?
it's it's cool,
Hmm.
and I've never experienced no like discrimination on to my understanding, but somebody else may experience it. Um, I just have yet to see that type of atmosphere yet,
Hmm.
but I'm sure eventually I will one day. Or
Okay.
maybe it's there. I just don't see it.
Hmm.
Sometimes we don't see it when it's in front of us, and we just kind of blow it off. So
Yeah, because I know in like certain places in China, like that's not really like a tourist city. They're kind of
right.
staring at black people, but in the Philippines, it's maybe a little bit more different because a lot of people in the Philippines are more of a darker Asian,
Yeah, and speaking of them, it's a lot more conservative.
right? Hmm.
Uh, to certain point it is, and that's why I say as far as being over there, as far as the racism over there, you just don't see it. It's not overt like it is here. It's
Hmm.
not in your face and all that.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you're moving, so I know you got your main lady and everything, but
Hmm.
if I go to the Philippines, what city would be the best city for me to like date and intermingle with women?
Well, you have Ermita, which is in Manila,
Hmm.
uh, and you do have, like I mentioned earlier, Makati. Um, you have other islands, other cities, and other islands you can go to, like Davao, um, Olongapo. If you go to Cebu, try not to hang around Mango Square so much because that's where all the all the scam artists, from what I understand, hang around. So there are areas where you do have to kind of watch your back. But
Okay.
I would say as far as meeting somebody, maybe go to the one of those stores or malls where they hang out at. They have different like social meetings, social places you can go to. You know, even like they have these things there called internet cafes.
Hmm.
Where people kind of go to meet up or have coffee, whatever. Go to one of them places, man. And definitely meet somebody there.
Okay, so like, what city would you say would be the best for like a club type atmosphere? If I just want to go out, I get a hotel room. I'm gonna ask you about that later as far as the hotel prices and should I get a hotel and Airbnb in a second. But
Right.
like, what's a good city? I just want to come in town. I want to go out. I don't know anybody. Like, is it a strip of clubs or bars I can go into and I can be feel comfortable and the ladies kind of like they feeling their brother and all that.
Yeah, like I mentioned, man, you have Makati. I
Hmm.
forget what street it is, but they have a area there in Makati where it's a street where there's like nothing but bars and clubs. So, and then there's apartments or Airbnbs that aren't too far away,
Hmm.
and you definitely have a um, variety of options as far as your accommodations and staying.
Okay. And as far as the stay, the Airbnbs, is it better to get an Airbnb or get a hotel room? And I'm asking that because I know some hotels don't want you to bring back girls or more than
Right.
one. Like, what's better?
Um, for the most part, I would say Airbnb, but
Hmm.
if you know you're gonna be out, be out every other night like that, which I wouldn't recommend doing. But
Okay.
yeah, just uh, just book you an Airbnb for maybe a couple days. You know, don't make it don't book an Airbnb for the whole whole month if you know you're not trying to stay there a whole month. You
Right.
know, it's not worth it. So, uh, like I said, just know what you want to do before you get there and plan it out. You know, map it out. Cause yeah, some hotels don't really allow you to bring other folks back to the room with you. So I would say more so go with the Airbnb.
Okay. Okay. And when you're out there, um, are you like are the Filipino women choosing on you? Because I know you be with your main, but before you met her, is the situation where they kind of like curious about being with black men, like they are in Thailand or whatnot, or is it more a little more conservative and laid back out there? Do you have to approach them versus them kind of openly trying to talk to you?
I mean, you can approach them, but um, for me,
Hmm.
the first time I was with someone, I met up with them. Actually met, excuse me, I met them back in when I went in 2017, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't gonna work out. Then me and my boy ended up going to the mall and just walking around. I just wanted to get a feel for the country before I met somebody else, you know. So I would say, for the most part, you don't have to, um, it, you know, break the ice with them, but you can for the most part.
Okay,
A lot of times you do have to, but sometimes you don't.
okay. And how much is like the average? Like, what should I pay for as a night if I get like a Airbnb or hotel room?
Average. It depends on what
Like a
type of
like a
accommodation.
good little spot, like
A
decent
good spot.
accommodation, clean.
Um, you can definitely find that in Makati. Don't don't find one on Walking Street in Angeles. That's the worst area. Uh,
Okay, okay, good information.
but at the same time, you don't want to be too far away to a
Hmm.
point where you gotta pay, X amount of money just to get to where you're going.
Right.
And matter of fact, some things are actually in walking distance. So yeah, you can definitely find something decent for like $20 a night.
Mm,
Whatever whatever you feel that's comfortable for your needs.
okay.
And that's what I like about Airbnb is they read you. They have a description of what's included in the accommodations up front, so you're not all surprised when you get there. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 So you say about $20 a night.
right.
And the food, like as far as the food, um, I know it's a lot of exotic foods in Asia. Period. But
hmm
is there like a certain traditional dish they have, and a certain traditional like drink? Because I know in the Dominican Republic it's mango, and then you got mama one, for instance. You know.
Right. Sorry, what was the question again?
Now I was just saying, is there any like traditional dishes that the locals eat out there in the Philippines? More or less. So like just a drink,
It's
just a dish.
okay. Like, what's the main dishes? Uh, Well, I think we both know that rice is definitely included all day.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
um, yeah, rice is like one of the main side dishes. Um, they do have chicken adobo, uh,
Hmm.
different dishes that include just every meat you can think of: chicken, beef, fish.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's a plethora of dishes there, and it might freak you out to some of the stuff that they eat, you know.
Right, right.
But other than that, yeah, man, there's only a few main dishes there. Um,
Okay, like when you go out there and you eat, say if you taking you and your girl out for dinner, how much would you spend?
Me typically it'd be anywhere between $10 to $15.
For two people?
Yeah,
That's not bad at all.
no.
And let me ask you this: in the DR, like in Dominican Republic, and I love Dominican Republic. Everybody know I go there all the time. But
And
is there a gringo tax? Not to call us gringos, but is there like a do they have step prices or they just like it's $15 for everybody else, but for you it's $30? You already do that shit
yeah,
all the You could be going to the same spot. You
I,
can date the waitress and everything. You can been going there for a
mm,
month, 2 months, hell, 3 years.
yep,
And they'll sit there and be like, "Hey, this is $20 today." I'm like, "Damn, I just
yeah,
paid 10 yesterday."
yeah, man. They definitely gouge the price as soon as they see you, and they know that you have never been there. That's
Hmm.
why. That's why my first time going there, I told they asked me, he said, how many times you been here before? I said, I've
Yeah,
been coming here for a been
right.
coming here for a long time, man. See, they they try to get you like you don't know, but that's when uh that's when having a girl, if you got a
Mm.
main squeeze there, she could definitely get you out of that those problems. Cause
Okay.
I sure as hell couldn't talk my way out of it.
Right, right, right.
To
Okay.
me, I'd rather pay the 3K pesos and just pay for a van instead of the taxi or Grab, which is the main one of the main transportations there.
Okay. Now, LK asked, "Are the laws conservative too or liberal like the DR?" You never been to DR, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they pretty conservative in the Philippines?
Um. No, they're actually probably more on the liberal side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because like my last trip, I witnessed the guy. He one of the laws is actually you can't urinate or what is that they called it? Damn, I forget what it's called, but he started pissing on
Hmm.
the side of the street. He was actually going to give me and her a ride, and I didn't see him. I'm like, oh shit. And a lot of times the neighborhood police won't even enforce the law like they should. So that's why I say it's probably more towards liberal.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Right.
Malcolm, you mentioned scams earlier, like certain cities are known for scamming. What are the scams that brothers should look out for when they travel to the Philippines?
Uh, well, you have the most common ones. And you even have ones that are, associated when you go out to bars. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, you definitely have to be careful especially if you don't know nobody and people's trying to be buddy buddy with you, and they don't know you.
Hmm.
They try to get you to go out to a bar with them and make you buy them drinks, and that's just not cool. That's a no. That's a bad sign already. That's a red flag because I'm not gonna be buying everybody drinks, you know.
Mhm.
But there's definitely some scams out there, the original ones like, my relative's sick, this and that, and the third happened, you know,
Mhm.
that's when you that's when you got to cut them off.
Right. Now, as far as like when I first went to DR, I got pickpocket. I think my first night there is it like the pickpocketing big out there? You got to watch your pockets, or
Oh yeah, you
Mhm.
definitely have to watch, especially when you go to um, bars, clubs, and events. I have a few. I have something that I travel with. It's a small bag, but I do use it. It's an anti-theft bag, so that bag it's not getting cut into. You can't even take a knife to it and open it. It just you can't do it.
This
So
it's like a book bag or a bag you carry on you.
it's like a drawstring bag, like a book bag. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey man, we might need to make some of those for the brothers and sell them on here.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'll probably do a video on that later about what I travel with. But
That would
I
be
don't
great.
keep nothing. I don't keep nothing in my pockets, man. It's too risky.
Mm,
So if you go into like a parade or something there, and you're there, like especially during Holy Week when it's really crowded, or there's one event that they call Synologue.
mhm,
That's I think it occurs like in January, but it's very risky when you keep stuff in your pocket that's loose, especially if it's valuable. You know,
mm,
I wouldn't recommend wearing no expensive ass clothes or jewelry.
mhm.
Uh, maybe a plastic watch. You know, maybe a small necklace that you can afford to lose. That's not real expensive, but other than that, I wouldn't really wear anything other than what you got on. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool. And is Angeles City is that landlocked? Is there beaches out there?
no.
Okay.
There are amusement parks, in different areas throughout the Philippines. So you do have a plethora of activities to choose from.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
possibilities are endless.
Okay. So if I wanted to spend, let's say, because if I'm traveling that far, 10 plus hours. I'm gonna be out there for a minimum 10 days. What
Yeah.
would my budget need to be if I just want to go out, have fun? I might take a few ladies out at night. What around the budget I would need to have with me to make a nice little trip, including the hotel and the airfare.
Well, I took, I gotta say, I took for me a whole month. I took like 2 grand.
Hmm.
I didn't even end up spending all that money. So
Whoa, that's good. That's very
yeah,
good. 'Cause I
I
broke
did.
the bank in like 2 days in the yard.
I
That's
was
kind of
there for
thorough, you know
almost
what I mean?
exactly. I was there for almost a month,
Yeah.
and I probably spent around or less than $500. You know, and still had money to have fun with. But I'm the type I really don't go out a whole lot, but there's definitely a budget based on the person you are. If you like going out every night, well, you gotta prepare for that type of lifestyle or budget. So
Okay.
you're not talking about like you said. You mentioned your accommodations and hotel and not including your airfare.
Hmm.
Um, you gotta set different budgets aside for different activities. You know,
Hmm.
so that's why I say you can. It's good to over prepare than be under prepared. So it really depends on your lifestyle.
Okay, so if I went ahead and paid, if I just did 10 days out there, and I
Okay.
went ahead and paid for the ticket. That was probably about, let's say, 900,000, whatnot. And my little hotel, let's just say, rounded off to about 500, 1,500. 10
Hmm.
days, would I be able to last out there having fun for about $1,000 more dollars?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about $100 a day, I can enjoy myself in the Philippines.
Oh yeah. Um,
I like
now
it. Oh yeah.
it's good. It definitely also depends on how much and what type of transportation you
Hmm.
want to take on a day-to-day basis. Um,
Is it like in the DR? I pretty much have. Well, I have a driver from the airport. Then I kind of mix it up when I get to the city. But
right.
you just stick with one driver, or it doesn't really matter in the Philippines. You just kind of, it's like whatever.
Yeah, it really don't matter.
Mm.
As far as I know, like there's usually one person uh, that takes me from one city to the next, and I just use a personal van for that or a
Okay.
personal ride, you know. But other than that, I'll take they have what's called the trikes there. If you ever seen some of my videos or the videos I post on Facebook, they have trikes. There's there's
Hmm.
jeepneys, trikes, jeepneys, buses, and then you have the ferry, which is the boat, and
Hmm.
of course, last but not least, the airplane. But more than likely, I'm taking a trike or a jeepney.
And the jitney, is that the one with the bike and you sit in the back?
Oh no, the jeepney is actually it's like a little miniature bus where
Oh,
you
okay.
people where locals and people are just sitting on her crammed up like sardines. But
Is that like the
but
little, like the small bus in the States, basically?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the old war buses
Yeah.
from World War II, I believe. But
Hmm.
yeah, man, it's like 8 pesos, I believe,
Okay. Okay.
8 or 18 pesos. Um, the tracks are probably cost you more, but a lot of times they're probably worth taking anyway. To me, it is because sometimes I can't stand to be squished and sitting next to a bunch of people I don't know on a one little bus.
Right. That's how it is in Brazil. You get on those little buses. They'll sit kids right in your lap, or the women will just sit right on your leg. You be like, for America, we just like, we're not used to that type of contact. In America, it's just like, or just stand
Hmm.
up. But over there, it's like, no, it's okay. Boom, right in your lap. You know.
They also have another form of transportation, which is the train.
Mm. Okay.
There's two different ones. I'm not very familiar because I never took them.
Hmm.
There's one called the MRT and the LRT, which you'll definitely find in Manila. You know, certain spots in Manila. So
Okay.
it's
Now,
just a quicker way to get around.
cool, cool. Now I tell brothers all the time. I first started traveling. Because I wouldn't consider myself to have a sensitive stomach, but when I first started traveling and some of the different spices and herbs and different flavors of food that you're not used to, I had to start taking probiotics. Um,
Oh, man.
do you take anything out there in particular, or your body's adjusted? You got like a iron stomach or something, or do you need to take something to kind of be able to digest the food out there a little bit better?
Yeah, you know what? I did have a little bit of a stomach issue
Hmm.
last month. So um, excuse me, but yeah, as far as your health goes, I would say definitely take the extra precautions to make sure that you're all right because you never know how your body's going to react to
Yeah,
different foods and stuff.
yeah.
And
So,
that,
fellas, for the guys who listen to the playback of this, I'm just gonna give you a suggestion. When you travel a week before you take your trip, start taking some probiotics. I don't have a box, I've been looking at it all day. I don't have it on me right now, but it's all types of. It's not expensive. Just take maybe a week before you get there, and what that does is it kind of gives your stomach prepared for different type of bacteria and fungi that your body's not used to. Because I'm telling you, after the first 3 4 days, I would get sick, I would get diarrhea and everything, and I knew it was because of the food.
Yeah,
The food was not bad; it just got
yeah,
different types of bacteria that your body's not used to. So instead of you being on the toilet for a whole day in your trip, just take my word for it. Just take the probiotics and drink lots of water, and let your body get adjusted to not only the weather but the different foods, different spices, and stuff like that.
yeah. Um, Speaking of health, I actually stay away from their water. Of course, we all know that, don't drink the
Right.
water because we ain't really used to it. But uh, if you're taking a shower or bath,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a drop is probably okay, but don't just, you know, go ahead and drink the water anyway just because it's there. But for me, that it's something that helps me with my stomach and health issues is I usually go the other route, which is natural, and I go ahead and drink green tea every day in the morning.
Okay.
That's what I always do. I still do that. So for me, it's not always coffee,
Mm-hmm.
even though coffee might be on a lot of your guys' lists.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but for the most part, you should definitely take some medicine. Uh, Maybe go see your local doctor or something and ask them what they would do. Is there any shots you might need? Because last time I went back last year in April,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my doctor and they were telling me I need X, Y, and Z shots, and I went over there and I was completely fine. Only
Mm.
problem was the mosquitoes bite me, but by,
Oh man.
by that time, by that
Yeah.
time I had already had all my shots, hepatitis
Right.
shots and all that. So I was cool. I was just scratching my ass off on my legs, man, from
Okay.
the damn mosquitoes.
So they got some monster mosquitoes in the Philippines, like everywhere else in the world, like the DR. I mean, I'm talking about when I go to DR Brazil, bro. I get ate the hell up, and then a local be sitting right beside me. I'm like, "You get bit by a mosquito?" They're like, "No."
No, no. Um, yeah, man. I definitely would say take some kind of spray or medicine to
Mm-hmm.
rub on your skin, but over there, for the most part, it's anything you could think of that they definitely have, like roaches, rats. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not used to flies, you're not used to seeing roaches, roaches, cockroaches, flies around your food. It's definitely gonna trip you out, man.
Okay. Okay.
You won't find that in you know, you might even find that in the nicest of hotels. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 star hotels, Airbnbs. I haven't seen it yet anywhere I stayed, so I've been very fortunate to not have seen no cockroaches around my food, but you definitely you'll definitely have flies around, you know.
Because they do eat insects pretty regularly in the Philippines, right?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen it,
Oh,
but
okay.
as far as the Philippines goes in other parts of Asia, I know that anything with 4 legs that can walk is pretty much being consumed.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's for human
Hey,
consumption,
yeah,
and
that's
we
a good
all
way to
know,
put it, though. That's a very good political correct way to put it.
yeah, and we all know that everything is not for human consumption.
No, they're not. That's what's going on with the coronavirus. They was over there eating bats and shit.
Well, speaking of that, I just found out that the other day that it's not so much from the bats, or whatever they're eating that the virus came from. It's, you know, I don't know exactly where it came from, but
Mm-hmm.
some are saying it's from maybe one of the uh, markets over there, the
Mm-hmm.
food markets. But you know, I would say as far as that virus goes, man, just buy you a couple or buy you like two masks, like flu masks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to take with you because the fumes over there are very hazardous. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're taking a trike where you're sitting out in the open, there's really no enclosure except on the jeepney and the buses there, or maybe if you're taking a car, I would say wear your mask anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because that smoke and gas gets in your face and your mouth, and it's not a pleasant smell at all.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been here for about 45 minutes, man. Don't keep it too much longer, man. But I want to ask you, well, I know a lot of us are hearing about, I want to see if it's true or in your opinion, um, how do Filipino women treat black men? Like, is it, because I've been hearing a lot of good things about Filipino women, not only with just black men, but just men in general. Is
General.
it true that Filipino women make really good wives?
Oh yeah, man. As
Mm,
a matter of fact, they're not too far off from other cultures.
mm,
Like I don't know if you heard this before. Um, I don't know if you can compare DR to like say Colombia or
mm-hmm,
another Latin country over there,
mm-hmm.
but it's almost the same as
You, hello?
I don't ask much from her at all, and she just does it just by choice,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
that's the way.
congratulations. Not to interrupt you, brother. Congratulations. You just had a little baby boy, right?
Exactly, yeah,
Cool, 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 cool.
yeah. I'm happy, man.
So is it like does it even matter over there, like that black or anything like that, or is it like they just love men in general? Like it doesn't even matter.
It don't matter as long as you know who you are at the end of the day
Mm-hmm.
and know what you want out of a relationship. Um, I think one of the things they don't like is when you waste their time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that goes for most women anyway.
True,
Yeah,
true,
they
true.
don't like their time wasted. So I mean, me either. And for me, I just knew what I wanted, and she was it, I guess. And I couldn't ask for more, man. You know, you can
Mm-hmm.
only ask for so much, and
Right.
she's been with me since. But they do have something that does occur in a lot of women. I don't know if you experienced this in like, for example, Colombia or DR or any of those countries over there, but they have what's called I believe it's called tempo, where where they'll like if you piss them off or make them save face, they hate being feeling that way. So if you piss them off, they just gonna shut down, and that's not a good thing at all.
So it's not like because in Latin culture, Latin, women, Brazilian women, they
Right.
going to fuck off. They're gonna let you know how they feel all day long. It's
Oh
I
yeah,
guess it's more laid back over there when they just shut off. They shut down.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
But for the most part, man, they're almost like any other culture. You know, you don't. A lot of times you don't have to. You don't have to do stuff or ask for stuff without them uh, doing it or asking you what you want. Sometimes if they've been around you long enough, they're gonna know 9 times out of 10 they'll know what you want. you know?
Okay. Okay. We have a hold on. We have a random question right here. It says, "What they booties hitting on?"
Man,
That's a random question. I don't know who asked that, but it's been a lot of talk in the group about Asian women, and brothers, we like our woman with a little ass, a little bump on them, something well proportioned to their body, as Andre 3000 would say.
yeah,
So, is the
man.
Filipino? I know they're more of a darker melanated Asian. Do you got some thick ones out there that brothers should be knowing about?
Oh yeah, man. You have
Oh,
that.
that's an
You
oh
have
yeah,
that.
like a lot of it's just a lot of them, or it's just
A
few.
lot of them, man.
Hold up. So a lot of Filipino women got some booty on.
They got body over there, man. It just like that video you posted in the group of that Thai woman.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't believe that. I was like, yeah, they got that over there too. Just
Hmm.
like in them other Asian countries, and just like in DR with whatnot, man. They deep down there, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, whenever-
it is. I follow one Filipino woman on Facebook who's invited me a couple times out there. I think she is in Angeles City, and she built like a sister, bro. I mean, she's fine as
oh,
hell, and she really looks black. Of course, she's Filipino.
yeah.
But she looks like a light skinned black girl, basically. Ass, everything.
I tell you what, man. You have anything you see here in the DR, it's more than likely it's gonna be in the Philippines over anywhere in Asia. Um,
Hmm.
you definitely you definitely have every shade of woman over there from very dark.
Hmm.
I'm talking about like with the afro and everything, man.
Hmm.
Afro and everything. Got hips, got this, that, and the third. They got it all over there. So so if you go over there, you ask somebody, they'll tell you where to find it.
Hmm.
You know.
Okay, then. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate you coming on to the show, giving brothers this information about the Philippines. I know a lot of brothers are interested in traveling out there. It's a little bit of a distance. A lot of brothers kind of just stay in the triangle, including myself,
Mhm.
like Colombia, Brazil, and the DR. But I'm really interested in Asia, man. Thailand, the Philippines. I keep hearing really good things about it. And what I always hear before we close off about Filipino women is pretty much nothing but positive things. As far as if you want a wife, they say go to the Philippines, and you would concur that.
Oh yeah, I definitely co-sign that.
Hmm.
It's there if you know what you want out of a person. You can find it.
Mm.
You know,
Now,
pretty
let me ask you
easy.
real quick before we go. Would you suggest any like Filipino dating sites or Tinder or anything, or is it better just to kind of walk up and meet them face to face? Like, is there like on some scam stuff with the? Because I know a lot of guys are talking to women on these
Yeah.
websites.
Um. Yeah. There's definitely plenty of them. You can walk up and talk to them. Do it the old school way.
Okay.
Um. For example, they have like little food courts at different spots, like in malls and stuff. I would say go probably check out one of them places if you're old school.
Hmm.
Um, you got a few of the ones that do go to college, so I would check them out. Um, as far as dating sites, uh, yeah, I would say check out Christian Filipina. I believe it's christianfilipina.com.
Hmm.
Um, I would not do one of those. Don't go to one of those dating social sites because
Hmm.
they're gonna make you pay for it, At the same time, you got to pay for your trip, the flight there, your
Excuse me.
accommodations to stay in. It's just not worth it to me
Okay.
because you're very limited to who you can talk to and who's available instead of just going out and just meeting anybody you want, you know. So as far as those dating socials go, I wouldn't recommend those. But any other sites, there's plenty of them. I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but except the Christian Filipino one that I know about. But I know for a fact that I think now Facebook is getting into the dating
Mm-hmm.
world, so you can actually just go on Facebook and help. Facebook will help you single out the ones that you know you want, and I would recommend Facebook over probably anything else.
Yeah, that's very true. Because
'Cause-
on Facebook, you can look in their background a little bit. You
yeah.
know, kind of see if they got kids or whatnot. See, their little past relationship and stuff like that.
Now the Christian Filipina is a one I heard about um, that doesn't have too many scammers, but scammers are everywhere. We both know that. Um,
Mhm.
I think you might have to pay for that website. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
that's the only one that I know of outside of Facebook. With Facebook, you're pretty much free to do what you want. You don't have to pay any fees or cost. You know, it costs nothing to talk to someone over social media. So
Mhm.
you can
Okay.
definitely find it, man. If
Okay.
you
And last,
look on my friends list on Facebook, man, it's
oh
a
yeah,
lot of bad ones.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
yeah. I be having random women from all over the world hit me up nowadays on Facebook.
Uh,
I'd be like, and I get excited because I'm like, okay, oh damn, she bad. Then I go to her
yeah,
page. I'm like, damn, she in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Damn, she in
exactly.
the DR, especially the DR. DR is notorious. It's only like a 3 hour flight away, but still, it's like, damn, you 1,000 miles away, baby. But you fine as
Right.
hell. Okay, last
Yeah,
question, man. Is there a particular city? I know you mentioned the city. What was that? Makita.
Makati.
Okay, Makati.
Type
Um,
it in the chat.
is there a particular city that you would recommend that you might run into American brothers there? Is it
Any
better than
city.
Manila, or is Makati the one of the cities that you can, because like in the Sasua and in Rio and in Medellin, you're gonna run across some brothers.
Right. Oh yeah. Um, I would say more than likely you'll see some black guys in Angeles.
Okay.
You'll see them in Makati, like in Manila, which is the area in Manila. Then you have Ermita, which is another area in Manila.
Hmm.
But yeah, you'll definitely find some black guys in Angeles. Like go to the supermarket, you might see a few. You know, at the mall.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I last time I didn't see too many. I probably saw like a couple because I didn't go out. I didn't go out every day, so that's just me.
Mm.
But you do got a lot of brothers that do travel there. Like I said earlier, I know a guy. I think he's in Colombia right now. He just left the U.S. But eventually I think he'll be back in the Philippines. I'll type his channel in the chat right now, but I think his name is Black American Expat, man. He's a cool dude, man. I
Okay.
think he can elaborate a lot more as far as the dating sites go. But he's cool dudes, man.
All right. Cool. Cool. Well, all right then, man. I appreciate you coming on to the show, and we gotta do this another time, man. Talk about more of your travels.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Um, I will be uploading a video on all my all my equipment that I travel with. So just check that out soon. Um,
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll help somebody out in the most way.
Man, that little bag you was telling me about, I'm definitely gonna cop that little bag because I be traveling in
Oh,
these sticky cities, and I'd be like, man, I'm really uncomfortable with stuff in my pocket. You
I'll
know what I'm saying?
I'll show you the bag. Hold on, let me see if I can. How do I? Okay,
There you
there's the
go.
bag here.
Okay.
Yep, comes with a lock.
Hmm.
Uh, I got it on Amazon. I believe it's called the lock sack.
Okay.
Know, this thing, you ain't cutting through this, and then you can stick this on a wrap this somewhere outside, and this bad boy ain't going nowhere, man. It's stuck.
Okay.
It's nice, man. I got it for maybe 40, 50 bucks. It was well worth it, man.
Okay. And you put your wallet and your passport and all that in there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I don't trust putting anything in my wallet. Matter of fact, I know another guy that got robbed. He
Mm.
got pickpocketed while he was out with his lady. I'll
Mm.
put his channel in the chat too. Actually, I
Okay.
posted a video of his in the group the other day.
Hmm.
He's a cool dude though.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll definitely be uploading a video of all my gear or equipment that I travel with, so I can share that with a lot of guys.
Okay. Okay. All right, man. Well, okay, bro. We're gonna do this again soon, sometime this week. Hopefully, you got some time, and
For sure.
give us some more information about the Philippines, brother. You my Filipino connect, so we're gonna get it in.
No doubt, man.
All right,
I
bro. Peace.
appreciate you having me on. Thanks for the time.
All right, man.
All right, be safe out there.
All right, peace.